I want you guys to look at something. Look at this right over here. You see that? Look at the numbers, look at the names involved, look at the names that it surpassed, and look how long it took to surpass it. I want to narrate exactly what's going on because I think a lot of people are missing it. Okay, what you just looked at is not just the numbers and the names involved. What you just looked at is the current pulse of society as a whole, the current pulse and the direction that it's going into, an incredible, much awaited direction that it's finally going into. And let's talk about the people. You got Tucker Carlson on one side. Guy's been on television for 27, 28 years consistently. Out of nowhere gets exiled. Why? Man's in pursuit of truth. Man was discovering truth, revealed truth, and questioned the wrong people. We all know this. We know how it goes. Canceled, exiled. Next is jail, etc., etc. Okay? Disappeared. But what happened after his exile? CNN, Fox, ABC, NBC. Done. Even though they were out the door anyway, there was only one person left that they were watching. Tucker Carlson. Everybody on both sides watching Tucker Carlson. And you exile the guy? You exile the guy because you got to shut him up? Man, they're so out of touch. The old people that run this system, they're so out of touch. And if you, listening right now, if you don't understand what's happening, you're out of touch. If you think that Andrew Tate is not the most famous man of all time, second to Jesus, do you understand how out of touch you are? You hate facts, okay? You hate facts. You just want to implement your feelings. And if nobody matches your feelings, that's it. Exile them. No, I narrated a fact. If Andrew Tate is not the second most famous man of all time, second to Jesus, I would like you in the comments or personally, whatever you want, give me a call, text, tell me who is, because I've been thinking about it. I cannot figure it out. Arguably, Donald Trump. Arguably. I mean, it's mano a mano there. It might be back and forth. But even then, you got Donald Trump who's, he's been funded. And he's been doing this a very long time. Andrew Tate's 36. Self-funded, cracked the code by himself. Cracked the code. Nobody's in his pocket. Nobody's funding his campaign, his agenda, his message. Nobody. He's funding it himself. That's why everything's happening to him. Because obviously when you reach a certain power like that, when you reach the most amount of attention, which is the most important currency right now. Money is not the number one currency anymore. It's attention, and it's at an all-time high. And Andrew Tate has the steering wheel, and he got it by himself, using the systems that they put in place, the powers that be, and he used it against them, and they don't like that. They try to compromise him. Can't be compromised. Put him in motherfucking jail. Hello, very simple. Everybody gets it, except for some. That's fine. But it goes right back to, again, then I want to narrate exactly what's currently happening. Okay, it's so important. I've personally been waiting this for such a long time. Such a long time. It's 20 years at least. Degeneracy is at such an all-time high. It's got to turn around. And here it is. This is the beginning of it. Okay? And yes, if you match the decline in masculinity, the incline in degeneracy, that's what's happening. Decline of masculinity, incline of degeneracy. The decline of morals and values is the incline of, chaos on all counts. We see that obviously, right? And like all things, you need a symbol, you need a leader and all that stuff. Hey, until you don't like it, that's fine. Tell me something better. Until then, you need to face the fact Andrew Tate is it. He's it. And the reason what makes him it is, again, nothing is in his pocket. Nobody is steering that car. He is. And that's what makes it so rare. And that's why he's so potent. Because you just know. You just know. Yeah, I feel like so many people, whether they realize it or not, whether they're conscious of it or not, have been waiting for something like this. A little bit of a like a human superhero. And a superhero is not somebody in a cape like you see on TV, you know, that like throws like, I don't know, something from his hands and then like lasers with his eyes. Like, no, it's just something that fights the system that is and actually dents it, makes a dent. And we've had people who've done so. We've had people that have done so, but they were short-lived or they got compromised, and society put some hope into it, and then they got let down again. We learned that these figures and heroes were compromised, or they didn't know how to live. They didn't know how to like survive and not get killed and that kind of stuff. And I really believe on that part, I think Andrew Tate's cracked that. I think he's cracked it, because you martyr him. If you martyr the guy, I mean, go for it. I mean, I don't know. Whatever system they're trying to keep mantled, if they kill him, you've just dismantled your system. If they don't kill him, you've just dismantled your system. It's a double-edged sword. It's a double-edged sword on their side at this point, right? And again, everybody knows this. Even the haters, they know this. They internally know this. He's driving the wheel, and all eyes are on him, and suspicious eyes. You know, like you know, I don't fully trust him. And go ahead. That's the whole point. Test him. Throw the test at the guy. He's beaten every single one. He's beaten. He's defeated. Everyone knows it. Okay. And like, you know, if you're getting, oh, but how about bro, all of the women that accused him came out. And I know people don't know this, because even though it's broadcasted, they've came out and they said, I was never a victim. I've never actually said this. The news just made it up. They've said this. They have leaked offers of $50,000 just to lie and up. And then the current last girl that's accused him has changed her name, changed her image, her name, I think, or her Instagram handles at the same time, several times, and has accused multiple men of the same thing. I mean, how many times do you find yourself in the same position? But hey, I guess it's alleged until then, but we all know. If you're real men, they know the story, because so many men have gone through this shit, man. Especially in this country, especially in North America, where the legal system is so delicate towards this kind of topic, and these accusations, they're not even in seek of truth. It's like the legal system over here doesn't even seek truth. They just listen to the biggest crybaby. But hey, it is what it is, and you know, you move onward. You stay stoic as best as possible, and you just move onward. But yeah, no, I really wanted to make this video. I feel like so many people that I've talked to, they really they just think, oh, it's just another. It's not, man. It's really not. You are looking at the pulse of society and the direction it's going into. It is a monumental happening. When you saw Michael Jackson and Oprah Winfrey, 1993, I mean, it was just attention. It was just drama news. It was just like, there was no symbol of a direction that society's going into. It was just another piece of news of conglomerates bringing you all the attention, whatever to pay attention to. You got, what was on the sidelines there? It was like the top 10 or something. Like that. It was like NBC, ABC, CNN, BBC, and like all these B's and C's. Then you got Tucker Carlson like podcast or something like that. I forgot it. Broadcast. Independent. Defeats all the conglomerates. Of course they're going to be fucking mad. Of course they're going to make up another story. It's no, that's not TV. Oh my God, they're sucks. They're babies. Because these people don't know how to adjust. Okay? And everybody knows these days that the news doesn't report the news. They make the news. They create the news, because there is no news. It's fear-mongering. It's grab this and make it this and talk about it for a month and put it on the headline and put a little ticker on it, a countdown, and oh my God, man. And like, I wouldn't be so bothered, but people actually believe this shit. They still believe this shit. And I get it, like, you know, you're more inclined to believe this if you're like 45 and up, 45 years old and up, but man, like, you've also lived for 45 years and you still don't know when you're being lied to. You still don't know when they like exile somebody that's probably a hero. I don't know. But anyway, there's a further point to the making of this video, and you'll see in a couple of weeks from now. But yeah, we're going into a very, very good direction. It's a long time coming. It's very, very exciting. And I think the future is great. I think the future, like, it's a scary future. There are a lot of things that are going to happen soon. In the coming years, we're going to be up against a lot of battles. And something like this little moment is kind of a symbol of, like, it's going to be a motherfucking war. A real war. It's going to most likely be much more of a spiritual one than anything else. It's not going to be like with guns and knives and that kind of stuff. It's going to be up here. Okay, they're going to test you over here. And I really want to start talking about prepping for that kind of stuff. And hey, it's not fun to listen to. It's a little scary and all that stuff, but it is coming. And we don't need 100% of the population to fight back or to oppose or to not comply. It takes like 25%. That's all it takes. 25% is what they're scared of. So, anyways, I'm blabbering on now. We should split this up in another video, and I will in the future. But anyways, the current pulse of society.